Um, so yeah, I did a production of it at university and had loved it ever since. And then when Josie said we wanted to do it at the Donmar, that was sort of dream come true moment. And then it always felt like we had unfinished business, I suppose. The Donmar only has a limited run to a limited amount of people, and I think we always felt like we wanted to take it on. So I've been a bit of a flea in her ear, I think, ever since that production happened. Of when are we doing it again? When are we going to do it again? And so, um, as soon as the sort of fates conspired and a few dates came together for a few people, including Josie and our designer Rob Jones and Stephen Mear, our choreographer, and Gareth Valentine, our musical director, knew they were going to be around. I think we all sort of lit a bit of a fire underneath it and made it happen. With, I have to say, the sort of the main engine being Nika Burns, who I think just felt like the show again needed a bigger audience. So it was a real delight, I have to say, to know that the show was coming back. It's a show that I would do night after night after night.
How much?
There are the songs I remember as if we were still at the Donmar, because I think the score is a score of utter genius. Some of the scenes I think I'd forgotten. Some of the scenes I think I've got quite a short-term memory in terms of scenes. They often go as soon as I've finished the show. So actually it's quite nice to come back to this, especially with some new cast members returning, and feel like we were sort of creating it afresh, really. There's always going to be those scenes that feel a bit, like you can't quite get into them, but I think we're getting out of them quite well, actually. Transpires that way. I think they're going to rename the Chenchloos after me. It won't be anything more grand than that. But yeah, it's nice. It's a beautiful theatre. It's a great theatre to do a show like this in, I think. It's a great theatre to do comedy. It's a great theatre to do a musical that has a certain amount of finesse, I would say. So yeah, I did the Branagh season there, and I did Young Frankenstein there. So it feels something of a theatrical home to me, I suppose, as much as, say, the Donmar, something like that would. I think Rosie and I are sharing a dressing room this time, so I'll have to
Behave yourself.
I'll have to behave myself and open up to Garrick, to my wife, which I don't know if I feel too happy about. I think City of Angels has one of the most beautiful and infectious scores of sort of any musical, really. So if you like jazz, or if you like swing, or even if you just like musicals, or even if you just want a good night out, there is song after song after song here that I think will have you humming into the night. I think also we all feel like we own a little bit of Hollywood, and this show, I suppose, gets under that, the sort of the skin of Hollywood a little bit, sort of lifts the tinsel of Tinseltown to only find more tinsel underneath, I suppose.